This morning you're going to learn from a day. And you've on Tainu down of Trochad Ser, the Ling Nubliana, on introid Lekele. Na trig me a hirna a yelum, na himig uim, brustig con caudu lame hirna, fwynaf maloincha. And anna manahar agus and vic agus and spirit name. Gorev an tirna live. A fubble day, tug me sharbaki con queen con gorbuching the rundiver and Naofa a chelura. Ad viam de year the chuchtag, agus div sha fubble. Go fakig make it tram, the sweenem agus the bria, the gneev agus the fally, three machir fein, three mawar fein. An hour shin impiem nave were a shiro, the hangle agus na nave, agus arifsha a fubble, be an mahan con antir na dia. Gunyenu di elochotak trokara aring, go maha she a baki doing, agus godrori she con a bahashi reaching. A hirna, den trokara. A chriast, den trokara. A hirna, den trokara. Gloria the years na harda, agus the talar shiachan, the luck jahala, malamito, moramito, aigamito, tagami gloria, gami, guiacas lat, asak the war gloria, a hirna dia arena vlahas, a yia a harna kurtik, a hirna, ein vik, is the Christ, a hirna dia unde machana. Lachlenorni, tossed hard he a yeshana, the intro for learning. Or is to a one is Naofa, is to a one, is to a one is the Christ. Amen. Guimish August on Afrin in your of Roller son on a Martha Carney, Tina con Blian tour. A year illiquotic here, tour doing. Bresh crediv dulcus agus caranachta, agus Jonig me groging the dachanta on a scudillimid and yowlum to a oil. Trino dear na Isa Christ of Vak, a water agus a really in Latin and ain't spirit nave in a year three hail na sail. Agus an ish we her day.
On céadleocht slucht as leabhar na hagna. I do láthrise a chéarna tá an dean go léir mar dúragáin deannig a churann an bhá ó chothram, agus mar bhréan dróchta a hitain ar an talamh go muc ar maidin. Tá trú agat do gach ile ní, mar is féidir leat gach ile ní a dhéanamh, scuilann tú harat paci an dain, le súil go néanthach siad athraí ionta, or tá grá gut do gach ile ní atá ann, agus ní over déistena dit é ní dá neanna tú, mar dá ma búd leat ní ar be, ní bheifá tar éis é a chrochú. Cunas a déitach é ní marachtáil, marach gur tillatsa é. Cunas a déit fi é ní a cuimhnú, dá mar rud é nach raibh garam feite a ge útse. Ciglíonn tú gach ile ní mar is leat sa iad, a chéarna, a caran na meo, or tá an spirit do bhilte féin i nach ile ní, beagán ar bheagán, mar sin, cartíonn tú na daoine a dhéanann paci, churann tú a ceanta i gcuoineh dóibh, agus tugann tú ráha dóibh fuatha, dain go scarfar iad ónolc, agus go gurg siad a muinín onatsa, a chéarna, sin é bríthar an tíarna. On Salam, sé an freigra ná, banóig mé dainam de hir, a dhéalom is a ria. Tuairfid mé glórdait a dhéalom is a ria, banóig mé dainam de hir, banóig mé hú gach ile lá, agus molfig mé hú de hir. Is ceann sa tróchrach é an tíorna maul chun ferga agus lán de canáltas. Is má é an tíorna da ilení. Is tróchrach é da nibricha ile. Ceiliúrfik dibricha hú a hiarna agus banóig do gine Naofa hú. Canfik siad glór do riachta agus fáil seoig siad do cócht. Is díris an tíorna in bríthra ile, agus is Naofa é in ébricha go léir. Cuiníonn an tíorna gach duine a bhín ag titim, agus tógann sé sús gach duine a bhín ar lár. An dala leacht slucht as dala litter nef pól chuig na Thessalónig. A bhráthara, níos datamíad ach ag grí oribh le huncas go néanach ar níorna don bhálta sibh ar bhórnaram agus go dúrthach sé chun críocha go héfachtach gach fán mahasa atá oribh agus gach deag níomh dá spragan an credibh onibh. An dlí sin, beag molla agus sé ar anim isa, agus beag molla agus san oribh trí grásta ar né, agus an tíorna Isa Christ. Mother le ternamh ar díorna Isa Christ, agus len ar malú le chéile, chun dul in aircris. Impimid oribh a bhráthara, gan bheith súite go héasca in bhór naganna na scéin, a ghlacha ó áistena éigen, a tugach nó ón scéal nó ó litir a curach síos dumsa, Maria go bhfuil lá ón díorna taca. Sin é bríthar an tíorna.
Good evan tíorna liv. Slucht das an so scéal Naofa do réir Naomh Lucas. Son am sin cheachtasteach I Jericho de Isa, bhí sé ag gháil tríd. Agus far dar a banam Zacchaeus, a bhí ina ceann phoblachánach agus é sever. Bhí sé ag géirí raiacha áil Isa ceir a bheith féin. Ach ní éadach de jasca an tlua ó bhí sé íasal ina farsa. Agus rí sé ribh chun cín agus chuig in áide I grán sycamore, chun go bhfeiceadh sé óir is thar sin a bhí sé le gháil. Nuair a tháinig Isa go dtí an áit, bhreadigh sé suas agus dúirt leis, as Zacchaeus déan deafar, tar an uas, óir is I do cheachsa nach falár nuim fanúint in jobh. Agus tháinig sé an uas go deafrach, agus cur fáilte ribh go háthasach. Ar a eicáil sin de chách, bhíadar ag mionamhar á rá. Tá sé tar éis dul lóistín ag pacach. Ach dúir de Zacchaeus go críú leis an tíorna. Sé in dhéananig mé a hirna, le má bhuiine a thuirt an na bochta, agus má bhuiin mé ní go hécórach déan den a déananig mé as íoch leis faoi cethar. Dúirt Isa leis, tá slánú tar éis teacht chun an tí seo inniuh, mar is mac de Abraham an duine seo freisin. Or tháinig mac an duine chun an rud a bhí cailte a lorag agus a lánú. Sin é sa scéal dé. Ná tá seanamón áling scríte gom, ag nuair a bhí sé críicnithe gom a réir glé Father Cody orm a rá go bhfuil duine eile chun bheith láir líon job. And there's an Ireland, no, there's not, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but today is the feast of St. Malachy, the great saint of the down in Connor Diocese and the north of Armagh as well, right north of Ireland Saint. And Sister Geraldine, who's going to talk to us, is from the Falls Road in Belfast. So St. Malik will be with her. She's a daughter of charity. In the old days, we used to call them butterfly nuns, but there's no butterfly about today, but apparently. Come to scale.
Thank you, Father, and good morning. Unfortunately, I'm depriving you of a nice Irish homily this morning, but as Father said, I was reared in Belfast at a time when Irish was frowned on, not like today, where there's great growing Irish communities and you go up the Falls Road and you see all the signs in Irish and there's a great revival. But you'll have to listen to me in English this morning. As Father said, I'm a daughter of charity of St. Vincent de Paul. We were founded away back in the early 1600s in France by Vincent de Paul and a woman called Louise de Marillac to do something about the state of very poor people living on the margins of society at that time. And from that small beginning, we spread throughout the entire world. Today, there's about 15,000 Daughters of Charity serving in all of the countries in the world and in all the continents. But I want to talk to you this morning a wee bit about our work in Africa. We here in Ireland support the work of our sisters in 5 African countries, even though we work in 21. The countries that we support here in Ireland are Kenya, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Ghana and Burkina Faso. And I worked for many years in Africa myself. And when I was leaving the project I was managing, the African sister who was replacing me said, "Geraldine, how are we going to manage, because your people in Ireland are so good and so supportive, and the only thing that I can bring back from home when I go home are oranges, and that wouldn't keep us going very long." So when I come home, we opened a development office, and my role was to look at how can we continue to support the many young African sisters who are continuing to serve the poor in these countries. So I write projects, I do fundraising, and I go out to each of these countries, and I work with the people, I work with the sisters, and we see what the needs are. I come home and I look for resources, and we send them out, and I go back and I can see at first hand the difference that what we have got here in Ireland has made to the lives of so many people who are out there. And what we get from here, what we send out or what we collect, 100% of it goes to our work in Africa. So if somebody gives us €1, somebody will get €1. The Daughters of Charity have made that commitment to support our work for people in Africa, so they pay for all our administration costs. So you might say, what do you do? The Daughters of Charity do anything to do with people who are poor. So for example, our health services are mostly primary health care. We go out to the villages, maybe places where people have no transport, no access to healthcare, and sometimes we find children on death's door just because the mother was not able or too sick to bring the child to the clinic. And we do a lot of rehabilitation. We do a lot of work with people with leprosy, TB. Leprosy is something that can be cured, but unfortunately, if it's left too long, people lose limbs and that. We also work a lot with people with HIV/AIDS. And we have several centres for people with HIV/AIDS. But we don't just say, come here, we look at you, here's your physical problems or your sickness or whatever, and we'll give you tablets. We try and see what else can we do. For example, there was a woman I met one day, and she really looked terrible, and she had about 3 or 4 children with her. And as my mother would have said, she'd neither in her nor on her. And she said, "Sister, there's no point in giving me tablets. I have no energy. I can't do any work. And what am I going to do?" So I said, "Is there anything that we could help you with?" And she turned around and she said to me, "I have a dream." I said, "Oh my God, what's this dream going to be now?" And she said, "I think I could learn how to sew." Well, I said, "Well, that's an easy one," because we had a sewing program and we got her into it. I forgot all about the woman, but I met her a couple of years later and she really was doing so well. And she came to me and she said, "Do you remember how bad I was?" I hardly remembered the woman. And she said, do you know, when I met you the last time, I was nobody, and now I am somebody. You know, and it took very little to change that woman's life. The other area that we found, that when we were going out to the villages, there were people dying maybe of cancer and other diseases, just with no support. So we opened about 30 miles from Nairobi in Kenya, a small hospice. And over the last 10 years, we've had so many people have come in. I was there in February and a woman died, and I said to her husband, I'm really sorry. And he said, don't be sorry. He said, my wife never had a bed until she came in here, and she died in comfort. You know, and sometimes it just takes the heart out of you when you hear somebody saying something like that. The other big area, of course, in Africa is water. We had so much of it last night, I thought we were going to drown. But there you have people walking for miles. And we started these wee kitchen gardens, you know, to try and give some women some source of income and food for their families. And when I was last there, we started doing local wells. And the women were all standing looking down a hole. And I said, are you going to get water? And they said, rock. And I said, oh, that's awful. So we were all standing very forlorn. The next thing, the guy who was down the hole shouts up, damp soil. Well, everybody started clapping and cheering. I think if he had shouted up gold, they would have said, oh dear. You know, that they were so happy that they were going to get some water. We do a lot with education, but our education is very much focused on children with disabilities, because children with disabilities, like they were here before, are the runt of the pack. They never get to school, sometimes they're locked away. Especially children who are deaf are being used to actually as beggars on the street. And you know, this whole idea of if you have a disability, you're cursed or you've done something wrong or that, and even they need to be prayed over. So we started opening schools for children with disability, but it wasn't solving the problem because they were still being ostracised. So we take poor children and children with disabilities, and we teach everybody sign language, and they're all there together, learning together, and it's lovely to see them in the playground communicating with each other. So that's our whole focus, is on making people feel valued. We do a lot of work with street children. There are thousands and thousands of children living, working and being abused on the street. You know, I was in Port Harcourt, and I saw this sweet child. She was about 2 in our street children's programme. I said, where did you get that child? And they said she was just abandoned on the street. And when she was found, there were people fighting over her. They weren't fighting to look after her. They were fighting to sell her. You know, so we managed to get her, and she was a lovely wee thing. But you know, if you go around the streets and you ask the kids what do they want, of course they want food, but the main thing they want is they want to go to school. And they know that if they get to school, it's a way out of poverty. So we have a big school scholarship programme. We try and get them off the street and into school. And we've had great success, you know, and it is really life-changing for these kids. Now, I could spend the whole day telling you stories here. At the back of the church outside in the porch, there's these wee magazines. Please feel free to take one home, and it tells more stories. And this one here, this wee blue one, is another wee leaflet. They're around the church. If you want to take one home, it just gives you a wee bit more information. So you might say, what can we do to help? 3 things. The first thing is we need your prayers. Our sisters work in very, very dangerous circumstances. You know, you just take your life in your hands when you go out on the road. Well, last year I was in Nigeria, and one of the young sisters was kidnapped, and you know, it was a very traumatic time. It took a lot of prayer, negotiation and everything to get her out, but thank God we did. And then just last year I was in Ethiopia, and I ran into terrible riots, and I had to run into people's houses. We were on our way to the airport, had to abandon the car, and I ended up walking to the airport amidst trying to avoid the rioters. When I told somebody, they said, well, it was just as well it was you. Aren't you from Belfast? Aren't you used to the riots? You know, I didn't get a whole lot of sympathy. So definitely we need your prayers. The second thing, people are always saying to me, you're so lucky that you're able to go back and forwards to Africa. But we have a very good Venerations volunteer programme where we take people, you don't have to be 18 or 20. Our oldest volunteer is 90, and she's been going to Ethiopia for the last 27 years. But she rang me earlier in the year and said, Geraldine, I don't think I can go this year. And I said, oh, thank God. And, you know, you'd be so worried about her. But she said, I'm going on a cruise for my birthday, but I might go next year. So I hope she'll change her mind. But if anybody's interested in volunteering, they can talk to me after Mass. And of course, the third thing I would say is we're always looking for finances. I've left these envelopes, they're around the church, and there's some on the porch as well. I know people don't bring money to Mass, so if you want to bring one home and send it back, that there's no problem. But I'll be at the door after Mass with the bucket, and if anybody wants to throw anything in, even 5 cents can make a difference to somebody's lives. It doesn't need to be big money, because when it's all added up together, it's amazing how the difference it can make. These wee leaflets are also in the porch. They're not the blue ones now on the seats. They're these green ones, and it's a Christmas gift appeal, a wee bit like the Trocra or the Boher or any of these, that you can buy a gift, and some of the gifts are only €5. And if you buy a chicken of that, somebody in one of our projects in Africa will get that chicken. You know, we're very, very fussy about how we organise it, and we have lovely cards that we send out that you can give a gift to somebody to say that you bought the gift for them. So if you want to take some of these home, they're at the back of the church. So I just say thank you in advance, and to assure you of my prayers and the prayers of the people we serve, because they are great prayers. And I'll try and say Garamila Mahagat. Thank you.
Dúirt Geraldine nach raibh airgead go bheith Aifreann tá céad bailachán anois. Agree the Mass of Remembrance and Liturgy of Life for 2019. The special Mass will take place next Friday, November 8th at 7:30 p.m. in the Church of the Annunciation. If you wish to include the name of a family member who has died outside the parish, please write the name in the space provided in the Annunciation Times and give in to the parish office or sacristy. Parish clergy rotation. Having consulted with the area team, the decision was made that with effect from the weekend of November 23rd, 24th, the Feast of Christ the King, a rotation of clergy between the 3 parishes will begin. While this development will involve clergy moving much more between the parishes, it will also provide a greater variety of celebrants for the different parishes, while at the same time each priest will continue to reside in the parish where he has been assigned by Archbishop Martin. Please see this week's issue of the Annunciation Times for more information. The parish office will be closed on Monday 4th of November and will reopen on Tuesday the 5th of November at 10 a.m. Ar Eilish leis an Cray. Credim in India a bháin an taithre le chuchtach a rinne nab agus talamh agus in nílaní sa éca agus da éca agus in éon tír na bháin Iesu Christ mach ein rinne dé an té a rugur bháin ahar sudar a bhéin saolán dí ó dhí salas ó halas fíor dhí ó ír dhí an té a ginnach agus nacht nearnach agus atá déon substance leis an ahar is tríd a rinach an nílaní. Ar son an Canadéin agus son slánatha húling sé ó nabh an clíag le chucht an spridna bheith im rain na maidin na muire agus glach sí ná dúr déanam. Géas a gar gur sé freisin ar son faoi funchas Piláit, dáling sé páis agus eilech a ré. Tá sé airig an traslá do ré mar a dógan na scriptúr, chuig suas ar nabh, tá na hí a dhéis an ahar. Deochaigh sé an ahúr faoi glóir na brethúnas a thuairt ar bheo agus ar warmh, agus í bheith deile in a riocht. Credim sa sprid néamh, tían agus brantóir na bethe, an té a glúis an ónahar agus ón macht, tugta do air agus glóir, mar réon leis an ahar agus leis an mac sé a lár trí na fáithe. Credum san éon aglis Naofa Catholic a gaspala, a bhí am an tain vachs do bháin chun marthúnas na bací, agus tá mé súla heisairí na marmh agus le batha an tí na talad teacht. Amen. Agus an iscí an phobal.
I soscail an léniú dúirta lein go raibh Zacchaeus dul sús ar crán chun Isa eáil. Go bhheicimid Isa I neach duine agus go dugamid an grá, an meas agus an cinálta céine do gach duine agus a thugamid do Christ féin á díana agus á sláán a thór a chéarna éisling. Ar an íine se caite smuoinímar ortha siúd a lean Isa Christ á sláán a thór. Go leanamid as a sampla siúd agus go raibh go dilimid an lúg séhar a thug an tíana dóibh a chéarna éisling. Smuoinímid ar na sagart go léir a bhí sa foróiste seo agus atá mar a bhanis, go dugad díos suaimhnas sirí dóibh mar a gheall sé dóibh siúd a craibh scaoil a thoscail a chéarna éisling. Guimid ar son clanna a cael gael lo, go speisialta iad siúd a cael páiste, go raibh solás le fáil a có ó grá agus takeíocht a gáda agus an phobal a chéarna éisling. Go raibh spirid na héntachta in ár dír agus in ár bobal, go gur a dia deara leis an scilt a rainan an cinedéine agus go nehaníimi grádé mar foinse na batha a chéarna éisling.
Agus anam na dtíine tá afran á frálar go iir gan in gíore. Valerie Humphreys, Eileen McGuinness, Aurelia Glynn, agus Martha Carney a gcóir an afran seo, Una Byrne, Christopher Roach, Michael Glynn, Jim Norris, Bridget and Sean Cahill, agus Nadina Forbos, le D&E, John Fogarty, Aidan Lernahan, Agnes O'Leary, Emer Linton, Sebastian Patrick Stry, and all our deceased relatives and friends. May they enjoy the peace and fullness of life in your presence. Dominic Swina Fresh in our Gael agus Cordon, Nadina Tomarv, a Hirna Estlin. Gamish see Christ or Dearna. Amen. With Captain Gold Bolacon Ellinish, because our Eigen English and no Freud. Banner who are here in the Crina, Margot Runtoring on Astalon product and Turan Shah Frolin we did Toran the Taluners say her lava on the August change for the around the Baha doing. So you run even an Ishkargas and Ian and Shoganian to Partak Shig in Neagalt and Tasha in the yawning of a Partak in Ornano. Is banner who are here arena a year na Crina, Margot Ranto Orias the lawn verrocht and Fian Shah a Frolin we did, Torra na Finuna August her lava and dinner, Augustine for the jock spirit all to doing. The spirit na Huliach is let the Lias Krieg and Nocturling a here na, August Grev sauce of a got of our shin, San Ebert a Frolin we did in over here na dia, Nima Kjunto Dima here na August Glan Diam Mofacha. A phobal de gigi gan lachadí an tartal le cúchtach leis an íbert se uim se agus uibh se. Go raibh an íbert se ina a fráil glán ditse a hirna agus go nátar tríhi do chrócara go fíl Naofa oringa trí Christ ardíarna. Go raibh an tíarna liv, tóga gíomh cuite jo gwithe in áide. Gab bhís buíochas leis ardíarna íosa. Is cart agus is cordún go dain, is crí agus is tarabhach buíochas a gohála de hir agus i ngacháilte hirna a hir Naofa a dhé ile cuachtar chiorí trí Christ ardíarna. Le trócara ar na dína a bhí ar seachrán, ba jóin leis go sé lófi é ón maidin, céasag ar an gur sé agus dúscail sé ón más siarí sin. Sí na eisairí ó warh run sé an bhe hiarí oring. Ime sin mar éon leis na hangal agus leis na hardangel, leis na trón agus leis na tíirnis agus sa slúte ilan na bhlachas, chana mí dúnda do glóir árá gan stad is né a hiarí. Hosanna snahar. A hirna is Naofa thuga fírinach is tú tabar na Naofachtar go léir. Naofig mar sin in píminart na brúnta na seoth le drucht de sprid gon gnéon fodíomhan ar gcóir corp agus fuil ardíarna Íosa Christ. Nuair a bhí sé áthúirt suas chun na páise dá jóin féin, glach sé an tarrán agus I gháil buíochas leat bhris agus thug dá Iesu go lé árá glachagaí agus ihiige ili as seo ó sé seo má chorp a thuairfór ar mhór son. Ar an bhí chéidir tar éis an tapéir ag ghlachan na chalíise agus ag gháil buíochas leat a rís, thug sé dá Iesu go bhfuil árá glachagaí agus ólagaí iliastí seo ó sí seo chalís mo chud fulla. Fuil an nótham na hiarí, dúirt fuair é ar mhór son agus ar son an chunne bhéine gon mathúnas na bacaí. Déanaí é seo I gcuoine ormsa. Rundíomhar an credamh, gach uair a ihamíd an tarrán seo agus a ólabíd an chalí seo, fógamíd a bhás a hirna nó godagatú. Dá réir sin a hirna cuiineh dúing ar bhás agus ar aisairí Christ, a phrálamid é tarrán na bathe agus chalís an tlánathe, agus gámid buíochas leat, tuis gur a bhiúlaat sin a bheith I do láthir agus ag fónamh did. Írimid go thuúlaat go néon tófar le chéile le chucht an sprid níomh sin atá páta go gorp agus a bhfuil Christ. Tuair chun cuoine hirna de aglis ar fud an dámhór chun gnéon fi I a nachtú sa charanacht, I gcuideachta len ar bapa frod sios an ar naspa diarmid agus leis an gléir ile. Cínig freisin ar muintear féin fuair bás go speisialta Marta Carney, agus ar siúd ile imethe ar lína fírinna faoideach ní, agus fáiltaigh rompis teach solas a gnúise. Déon tróchara oring ile an píimidart anas gur bhiú sin a bheith páteach sa bheithe hiarí, chun tú a bhla agus a glóirú I gcuideachta na maidin na banathe muir a mórtha dé, Joseph Naofa a chéile, na néamh aspal agus na néamh ile go speisialta néamh méil seachlan, a rinne a híl se riomh an áil tríd ó bhach Íosa Christ. Is trí agus leis agus ann a thugtar gach an óir agus glóir ditse a dhé an tathir le cuachtaach in éitocht an sprid níomh trí héal na saoil. Agus mar a bhún ar slán a thordú I dhéanamh guím sin is ár nathair atá neamh go néarfadhanam, go dagad a riamh, go néanta a thugan go néanta ar neamh, ár narrán le húil tú dúig in job, agus matúing ar díocha, ar maitham dar bheitúna féin, agus nálig sin a gathú, ach ser sin óhain. Searching o gach olk impimid or te hirna. Tour doing go kinal to Shiachan len Orlean, on as gememid la kun of the rokere, ser on baka I goni, agus slán on illavort, agus shinnig su leis an dokas nefa, agus let chap dar slán a hore, Jesu Christ. A hirna Jesu Christ. A doort le daspel, fagam Shiachan agel, tugam div ma hiachain. Na feak ar bachí na ach chredal daglisha. Jonig Shiachan a horti, agus I a ein tú, fi mar is tillat féin, tas a warlan agus a rialíon, trí hail no sail. Shiachan in tune live agón. Agus a frál vi cóchna Shiachan a joch héile. Shiachan. Agus sé brise an ranse agus cumas seo a chorp agus full Christ, go dúcha sé chuna bathe síí sin a ghlachan é. A uin dé a hógan paci in uin dé a hógan paci in trocar.
Tuairling Shiachan.
Agus seo é uin dé seo é a hógan paci an down is méanad ó siúd a fórcire chun séra an uin. A hirne ni fiú mé go deachfa fami íon a gabair sin flochad agus laias Román, go dur go corp agus full Christ lán chun a bathe síí sin. Má bhuichas a ríis na dtíine thug cardom an Aifreann na léamh an léthóir agus na dtíine thug cardom ag néamh cumínach agus a lán dtíine le eile nach iad. Has spáin tú slite na bahadam, líonú tú de luchar mé le raicht a gnúise a hiarna. Gaiimiis. Go mé díth ar éfacht le cóta aning ach an íomíad a hiarna, onas agus sin cothathe ag na sacramentí na bhí, gon an bhóig do thuirtas sin chun áil a chun a bhfuil gealta ionta a bhaint amach trí Chríost ardíarna. Go raibh an tíorna libh. Go manda dí sin go léir athe mach agus spirid néamh. Tá an t-Aifreann hort I mí faoi hí a cháid.